Hello, my name is Dave Paluch, and I'm a candidate for trustee for the Village of Sugar Grove. I decided to run for trustee because I believe in the greatness of our village and of our people. What I've been doing over the past few years to get involved with the village is I've attended nearly every board meeting for the past 3 years. I did so because I wanted to get a better understanding of what's going on in the village, some of the key issues, but I also wanted to get to know the board a little bit better, President Michaels, as well as all the department heads. And I feel that with my 3 years of attending the board meetings, getting a better understanding of what's going on in the village, I have a very good understanding of the important issues and what we need to do to succeed and move forward. My three main ideas for the greatness of Sugar Grove are to have sustainable and balanced growth. I also believe in having safe sidewalks and streets. And finally, I believe in open and honest government. When it comes down to slow and sustainable growth, things I would like to see are businesses that are coming to Sugar Grove that would make sense for our residents. A couple of months ago, I was appointed to the Village Planning Commission, and I was on the Planning Commission board when we decided to approve a McDonald's to come into town. And I think that's good news because other businesses will be interested in coming into town as well. Some businesses like Walgreens and Malloy Brown are interested in making Sugar Grove their home. There's also a sports bar and gas station that's looking at coming to Sugar Grove. Some of the things I'd like to see to help improve business as well as bring in jobs and much needed tax revenue, I'd love to see more family restaurants come into town as well as a pet store and a hardware store. Right now, too many residents have to go outside of the Sugar Grove borders to buy these things. I'd rather keep them in the village of Sugar Grove where we can use those tax dollars wisely. As far as the residential growth is concerned, I don't want to see any new development until these 450 vacant lots that are throughout these 3 subdivisions are developed first, and then we can worry about expanding the homes and or apartments that may be interested in coming into Sugar Grove. When it comes down to safe streets and sidewalks, I understand with the economic crisis going on that the village doesn't have as much money as it used to when it comes to public service projects and infrastructure repairs. But there is a need to repair some streets in this neighborhood, and there's also a need to repair some of the sidewalks. It's a safety hazard for kids and vehicles to be tripped up or driving over potholes, and these are some things that I'd love to see addressed sometime within the 2011 calendar year, if we can afford it. I also believe that we should look at hiring more police officers, again, if we have the budget to bring these officers on board. Right now, we're pretty much stretched thin as far as the police force is concerned, and I'd love to see that improve. When it comes down to open and responsible government, some of the things that I want to see is when we finalize our franchise agreement with Mediacom, I want to make sure that all of our village board meetings are broadcast over the public access channel. I'd also like to see Sugar Grove become more techno-savvy and perhaps utilize Facebook, Twitter, other social media outlets to keep residents up to date on what's going on. And eventually, I'd love to see some type of interactive system in place where people that cannot go to a village board meeting will still have the ability to not only view what's going on through their computers or through their smartphones, but also have the ability to send in questions, whether they have to Skype it in or through email. I'd love to see the Village of Sugar Grove utilize 21st century technology and interact with the residents so they can have an open part in our government. I also want you to know that if I am elected, that all residents of Sugar Grove will have an opportunity and have an open forum to discuss their issues, whether it's good or bad. I truly believe that we are here to serve you. And in order to lead, you have to serve. And in order to serve, you have to listen to the people. And so I want all the residents to know that at least I will have an open ear for you and listen to all of your concerns and address them as best as we can. I also feel it's important for not only for a village trustee to be involved in what's going on in the day-to-day activities of the village, but it's also important to show their service when it comes to community service. For the past 3 years, I've been active with the Sugar Grove Corn Boil on their executive committee. This past summer, I helped initiate a drive where residents were asked to bring in goods that were collected by the American Legion, and all those goods were going to be used for care packages to give to our troops that are serving overseas. The American Legion told me that they were able to send out over 50 care packages to local residents serving in our military today. Back in December, I worked with Shields School, where Principal Huber had the kids make over 100 Christmas cards for the troops, and those were sent out as well right before the Christmas holidays. It's just my way of giving a little something back to the men and women who are fighting for our freedom, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have an opportunity to have a democracy and free and open elections. So it was my way of saying thank you to the dedicated men and women in service. I've also been appointed to the Police Commissioners Board by the Village of Sugar Grove Board of Trustees, as well as President Michaels. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm currently serving on the Planning Commission. So for the past 3 years, I have been giving something back and to help make Sugar Grove a better place to live. Early voting has already started, so I'd appreciate your vote if you want to vote early, or if you want to wait until April 5th, please cast your vote for Dave Paluch for Village of Sugar Grove Trustee. I'm ready to listen and serve. Thank you for your time, and I would appreciate your vote. Thank you very much.